Now at 5 a.m., this is WKYT This Morning. A Lexington teenager is in the hospital this morning after police say he was hit by a car. How his family now says he is doing. That story coming up.
Also on WKYT, friends and family will say goodbye to a Louisville police officer who was hit and killed by a car in Lexington. Details on Jason Schweitzer's funeral services are just ahead.
And in Jackson County, the community rallies behind a teenager and gives him a special homecoming. That heartwarming story. And your Kentucky forecast, which is also warm. Coming up on WKYT This Morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning, and thank you so much for starting your day the Kentucky way with WKYT. I'm Andrea Walker.
And I'm Bill Bryant, and here we are. It's Wednesday, November 2nd. We've made it to Hump Day, and it has been a nice week so far with warm weather.
Anything but normal start to November, don't you think?
No doubt about that. Let's check in with Micah. That's going to come to an end here in the next couple of days.
He's so mad he's throwing stuff.
Right.
I gotta get I dropped my clicker here. Jeez, 64 degrees right now in Mount Sterling, 61 here in Lexington. Thanks for calling me out over there, Andrea. I appreciate that very much. 66 now in Jackson. Actually looks and feels really, really nice early this morning. 81 by the afternoon, possible record highs. And we actually tied records here in Lexington at 83 degrees, Frankfort at 84 yesterday. And so I do believe we'll actually at least tie a few records today once again. So we'll see how that turns out. But that's one of the focuses of the forecast. The next focus is this front that's going to be rolling on through. It's going to bring us some big changes, not only tomorrow, but off into your Friday, too. Friday, we're talking temperatures about a 30-degree swing, anywhere from a 20 to 30-degree swing from today's high to Friday's high. We'll show you that in your forecast coming up.
All right, and it's getting busy here early at WKYT.
New this morning, a Lexington gas station is damaged after a car ran into the building.
This happened at a gas station on Squires Road near Manowar and Richmond Road. Police say they are still looking for the driver involved. WKYT's Lauren Miner is live now from the scene with a look at the damage. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning, Bill. Well, I am standing right outside of Bluegrass Market, which is attached to Shamrocks, which is the gas station right here next door. Now, I want you to take a look at this damage because police say a car ran into the front entrance of the building around 11 last night. The owner says there is thousands of dollars of damage that has been done to the store. Police say the car hit the building, shattering the glass and setting off the alarm. When police arrived, they found the vehicle in the store, but the driver had already taken off. Police are still unsure at this time if it was deliberate or an accident. Officers say they contacted the owner of the car, who said it had been stolen. The owner also told police his grandson was driving it last and he couldn't find his grandson. I spoke with the owner just a little while ago, who says he woke up to a phone call from his alarm company saying the store had been broken into, and he immediately came down to the store.
So there was a car which went through my front door. It was almost half away inside, and there was nobody inside. And the guy actually, he ran from the back window, and they just like a hit and run.
Says he will most likely have to be shutting down the store for a couple of days to obviously repair the damage. He also says there's a camera right outside the store, and he is going to take a look at that surveillance video to see if he can see anything. For now, reporting live in Lexington, Lauren Miner, WKYT.
All right, quite a mess to clean up over there, certainly. Well, it all comes down to tonight. The World Series is heading to Game 7.
It is so exciting, you all. The Cubs even up the series against the Indians last night with a very big win. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain is at our alert desk this morning with all the details. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning. 176 combined years of drought into the World Series, and it all comes down to tonight. Now, not since 1985 has a team trailed 3-1 in the World Series and come back to force a Game 7. But the Cubs have done just that thanks to their hot bats. And this communication, check this out, by the Indians. Runners on the corners, fly ball does not get caught, and it should. And 2 runners come in. This collision at home plate also happens, and the Cubs go up 3-0 off that mistake. Then, top of the third, bases loaded. Check this out. Addison Russell at the plate. And this couldn't get any better for the Cubs. He knocks it out of the park for the grand slam, and he puts the Cubs up 7-0. This was the first grand slam ever by the Cubs in the World Series. And the Indians never recovered, and the Cubs go on to force a Game 7, beating Cleveland 9-3 last night. Now, if either team wins, this will be historic. The last time the Cubs won a World Series championship was 108 years ago, and the last time the Cleveland Indians were champions was 68 years ago. So, guys, this is a big game. This is what sports are all about. Tonight's game is in Cleveland at 8:08. Andrea?
So exciting. I love it. Thank you so much, Michelle. Well, a Lexington teenager is in the hospital this morning after police say he was hit by a car. Police say the car hit Mark Portwood Monday morning as he crossed Clays Mill Road on his way to Lafayette High School. His family says little Mark has already been through a lot. They say he was with his dad when he was in a car accident 13 years ago. His dad, Big Mark, has been in and out of a coma. We're told little Mark has a broken collarbone and severe concussion.
You talk to him, he knows his name, his birthday, but he's very agitated, and then, he's just kind of blank and don't say anything, cries a lot.
Doctors say little Mark has a long road to recovery. His family says he is strong-willed, though, and they think he'll make it. They're now hoping for a crosswalk at the intersection of Blue Ash and Clays Mill.
Today, friends and family will be saying goodbye to a Louisville police officer. Investigators say he was hit and killed by a car in Lexington. Funeral services for Detective Jason Schweitzer are being held in Louisville. Investigators say he was in Lexington for an FOP convention over the weekend. Early Saturday morning, he was asking UK employee Timothy Moore for directions on South Upper Street when police say a car driven by Suzanne Whitlow hit both men, killing them. She has been charged with manslaughter and DUI. Detective Schweitzer's funeral is this afternoon at 1 at the St. Michael Catholic Church in Louisville. And funeral arrangements have now been set for Timothy Moore. His visitation will be at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning at Meyer Funeral Home on Bridgetown Road in Cincinnati. The funeral will follow there at 1 o'clock.
A man who Georgetown police think is connected to multiple burglaries now faces charges this morning. Christopher Bell faces burglary, theft, and drug charges. Police think he's behind 3 Georgetown burglaries. We're told a neighbor confronted Bell after spotting him in the middle of a burglary yesterday. Police say Bell then ran off, but they did arrest him nearby. They think he could also be connected to a burglary in Lexington. We're learning more about the investigation into a Laurel County shooting this morning. The case against the suspect, Michael Johnson, has been sent to a grand jury. He's charged with attempted murder and wanton endangerment. Last week, police say Johnson shot his girlfriend 5 times at a home on Lon Chadwell Road. She was airlifted to the hospital with serious injuries. Police say during a 911 call, Johnson told dispatchers the shooting was an accident.
A Powell County pastor charged with sexually abusing 2 children will be sentenced today. Steve Williams was pastor at the Bowen First Church of God. One of the incidents took place on a church field trip, the other at the church. Williams pleaded guilty to those charges earlier this year. As part of a deal, he is expected to get 7 years, 5 of which will be probated. He will have to serve 2 years in prison. His sentencing is scheduled for 10 o'clock this morning.
A Danville store hopes to reopen today after a truck crashed into the building.
This happened at the Verizon store on Houstonville Road yesterday afternoon. Police say the driver of a Dodge Ram accidentally hit the gas pedal instead of the brake, and that sent the truck crashing through the front window of the store. Verizon employees say there were only a few people inside at the time.
I don't even think I saw it come in, but I heard it. I just got a glance at the truck coming in, and I just sprinted towards the backs.
Police say no one was injured in the crash. The Verizon store closed for the rest of the day, but the manager says they're trying to repair the store so that they can reopen there today. Seems to be a theme with the other one we had here in Lexington this morning. Yeah. An Urban County Council member says he has come up with a way to improve security at Lexington City Parks.
Council member Fred Brown says adding security cameras would help reduce crime. The trial run location for the cameras will be at Berry Hill Park off of Buckhorn Drive. Some park goers think this is a good move.
I think it's a good gesture and a good thought. I think that anything that you can do to make any steps to make things safer is a good thought process.
I know it'll be a deterrent, but how much, that's hard to measure.
The bill now goes to full council for consideration. Brown says the test run will cost the city around $30,000.
All right, we'll see if that works out and if they decide to expand that. Well, months after an ATV accident nearly killed him, a Jackson County teenager returned home to a community celebration.
Yeah, this is a heartwarming story. 16-year-old Isaac Ely's family wasn't sure if he would survive after the crash. Doctors feared he would be in a vegetative state, but the community rallied around the family. Isaac is now able to walk with some assistance and and he's even able to say a few words. He received a police escort when he returned home to Annville yesterday afternoon, and many people lined the streets holding signs. The Ely family says they appreciate all the help.
We've been gone for more than 3 months, and there's just no place like home. And I feel like that Isaac will make continued progress. It's just a miracle.
People in the community also helped build a ramp at the Ely home for Isaac's wheelchair just in time for his return home. Isn't that a fantastic story?
Well, it is. That he is surviving, of course, and the fact that the community is chipping in, it's so wonderful. WKYT This Morning is just getting started, and it is so good to have you with us here early on your Wednesday.
Still ahead on WKYT, your morning coffee will start coming in a different colored cup that promotes unity. We'll find out why in about 10 minutes.
And also ahead on WKYT, you don't have to be a fan of baseball to enjoy Taco Bell's latest World Series promotion. Find out what that's all about and what you could win today. It's coming up right after Micah's forecast.
Another warm one today. We're talking possible record temperatures. Then we look at the rain tomorrow and then really drop off those temperatures there on Friday. We're going to get into that and your weekend forecast. It's coming up next.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
We actually tied a couple of records yesterday. One in Frankfort at 84 degrees, Lexington coming in at 83 yesterday. And those were records back roughly 30 years ago. So it's been a long time since we actually felt air like this on a November 1st. Now it's November 2nd, and it looks like, you know what, we may break a few more records. 63 degrees right now in Moorhead, 64 in Mount Sterling, and then you go off towards St. Nicholas County, Bourbon County, Clark County, and we're holding on to those 60s. Actually a pretty good feel as you walk out the door. Go south, Laurel, Whitley, Pulaski, Wayne, not looking all that bad. Go into Lincoln County as you roll right there along Highway 27. It seems pretty quiet this morning, and it looks pretty good too. We're holding on temperatures right there. Crab Orchard, then go down into Waynesburg. We're doing all right there in the 60s. By the afternoon, all of us, well, virtually all of us, will be there in the 80s. We can't rule out a couple of spots, 78, 79 degrees, but nonetheless, it's very warm. We'll just put it that way. Today's record high is at 82. I actually believe here in Lexington, that's 82 here in Lexington. I believe we'll actually reach that here in Lexington. The forecast is 81, but remember that is an average of all the region, the whole region together. So some will be in the upper 70s, some in the lower 80s, and just like yesterday, we can't rule out a mid-80 here or there like we saw in Frankfort at 84 degrees. So I do believe actually we'll reach that here in Lexington, but nonetheless, it is going to be warm anywhere you look. Let's talk about your Thursday, because here comes a front, and this front will start to change everything for us. We get into the afternoon hours, and we'll start to see that front make its way southbound. So it really looks like I-64 south. It looks like the best opportunity to see a few showers, a couple of rumbles of thunder. Mainly afternoon and off into the evening, it fades away. Cooler air rushes on in. You'll feel that on Friday. Trust me on this. 40s for overnight lows, which is average, but it's not going to be average toward the afternoon. We're sitting there in the mid to upper 50s. It's a pretty chilly day. I mean, look at Hazard, 53 degrees. Cynthiana coming in at 57. And then we head off toward Friday night football. We're sitting there in the 40s. Your weekend forecast off towards your Saturday starting off in the 30s, but you get into the afternoon, big game here at Commonwealth Stadium. I hope we pack the house with this one. UGA's coming into town. We could become bowl eligible. First time since 2010 on Saturday, and good weather for you too. 62 degrees for a high, guys. And then you get to get an extra hour of sleep. So you stay up late partying. We're going to make a bowl on Saturday. we're going bowling. We'll just put it that way. And then you can just party the night away because you get that extra hour of sleep. So why not?
I love how confident you are.
I'm confident.
The weatherman talking sports this morning, y'all.
I've watched these two teams. I think UK is going to take this one. It's a big one for us.
It's a good shot. We'll change these ties out.
Yes, we will. Before the game.
I'm in the blue today. All right.
Gotcha. So noted. Thank you, Micah. We appreciate it. It's 5:16 right now. Maybe that's Cubs blue. I don't know.
There you go. Yeah.
The Cubs get a big win, and they take the World Series to Game 7.
But we've got an Indians player to thank for free tacos today. A stolen base in Game 1 of the World Series means free tacos for all. It's part of Taco Bell's Steal a Base, Steal a Taco promotion. Cleveland Indians shortstop Francisco Linder stole second in the bottom of the first inning in last week's win over the Chicago Cubs. You can get your free Doritos Locos Taco today from 2 to 6 o'clock at participating restaurants. No excuse not to do that now.
Say, well, no, that's before the game tonight,
Right.
which is
Right.
coming up at the 8 o'clock hour. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, tomorrow we will know who's the world champions of baseball.
Even if you don't care about sports, which I'm not a huge sports fan, but this is exciting. Like,
everybody cares about the World Series, the Super Bowl, and so forth, right?
That's right.
Okay, 5:17 now on WKYT this morning, and it is so good to have you with us. We have a lot more news on the way. At the bottom of the hour, all of our top stories.
And when we come back, we'll take a look at your money.
Hey there, good morning and welcome back in. It is right now hitting 5:21 and it is your Wednesday. We're glad you're along. There is a new option if you want to ditch cable, but you still want to watch network television.
And one actress and comedian is making fashion look ugly. Roxana Saberi has your latest on the money.
Hulu is teaming up with Walt Disney and 21st Century Fox. The video streaming service announced the deal on Tuesday. Subscribers will have access to more than 35 networks, including Fox, ABC, and ESPN, through Hulu's new live TV streaming service. It's set to debut early next year. On Wall Street Tuesday, the Dow dropped 105 points. The Nasdaq slipped 35. Actor Whoopi Goldberg is showing off her holiday style with a new line of what she calls her ugly sweater collection. They'll be available at Lord & Taylor beginning today. Each sweater goes for $139. 1 week before Election Day, Starbucks is rolling out a new cup. The green cup features dozens of diverse people, including a family and friends embracing. The coffee giant says the new cup is meant to be a symbol of unity during a divisive time. That's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. In New York, I'm Roxana Saberi.
I'm WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris. We actually have a really nice start to the day. 65 degrees right now in Frankfort as you walk out the door. Frankfort, you won't need a coat this morning as you walk out the door. Some spots are still on the cooler side, upper 50s, lower 60s, but still very pleasant as you head out and about, and really nice this afternoon. 81 degrees, another day where we could reach a record high. Let's check out sports, see what's going on.
The football Cats try to keep it going Saturday night as they come home to take on the Georgia Bulldogs. The UK running game has been the key for the Cats offense, but don't forget about the improved play at quarterback with Steven Johnson, who has been throwing the ball so much better. Eddie Grand says during a season he has not had a quarterback improve this much.
No, I think he really has. I think part of that growing process, I thought he took a huge step in the game, made a couple, we still got some things to clean up, but, he threw the long ball really well and made some big plays, and they were explosive plays, which obviously helps the run game. But, yeah, I think in all my years of coaching, I think for a guy that really wasn't planning on coming in and having this much being our starter, I think he has really improved a lot.
You can say that again, Coach. The Bulldogs of Georgia coming off a loss to Florida. The Cats can do nothing wrong right now. The kickoff is set for 7:30. You can see it on the SEC network. This Sunday, John Calipari's team takes to the court against Asbury in the Cats' second exhibition. Asbury is the small Christian liberal arts school in Wilmore who's excited for this chance of a lifetime. The Eagles can't wait to live out this dream of playing the Cats in Rupp Arena.
So, yeah, I'm going to be in awe. I can't deny it. We'll be in awe. The most these guys have played in front of is probably around 3,000. And so now you're going to be able to be in front of 20,000. There's no way to hold it back. You can prepare them for it. Tell them how it's going to be. You can show them film. You can pack the loosener here, and it's just not going to be anything near what they're going to see on Sunday.
I plan to be a little bit overwhelmed. It's the opportunity that I've always wanted to play in front of a crowd like that, and to be in that kind of environment that the crowd is just wild and engaged. So it's going to be exciting to play there. I've always wanted to.
That Asbury game is Sunday night, 7 o'clock on the SEC network. We will have a Game 7 in the World Series tonight. The Cubs beat the Indians 9-3, so it's all the marbles are on the line later tonight in Cleveland. That's sports. Have a great day.